cut things down, I will try to be a good sport. No, I don't think I want that conversation. I want the dialogue, Luvidar's dialogue especially, to be pretty much exactly the way it is in the book.
Again, if you start changing it, you start changing the meaning of what God says. It's a little dicey when it's not your own creation.
Right, exactly. So I think that's I don't want to change any of that. So Aule turns to smash the dwarves, and then Iluvatar, steps in and says, and basically is like, see that, I forget exactly what he says, but Iluvatar intervenes. Kirita says, "Awesome! This is why we make a great team." Yeah.
Right, and we wanted the flame from the furnace so that when Iluvatar sends the sparks of the secret fire out, it's sparks coming from the furnace.
Yes. So the dwarves recoil in terror, letting us know that they are now not mindless automatons. As far as I know, that's pretty much where they ended that bit. Like they didn't go any further than that in Valinor.
Okay.
They were talking about coming into the frame from there, and I don't see anything in the notes after that. Which.
Okay. Are we going to show the dwarves being put to sleep and hid under mountains and things like that?
Yeah, I do want that.
Okay. That's what needs to happen after this scene, then, is to go into that.
And maybe we can do some voiceover from Elrond describing what's going on.
Yeah. Especially if it's about to be a transition.
Right. And so Iluvatar hid the dwarves under the mountains. Anyway.
Who did they cast as Elrond again?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Did they?
Yeah.
Grr.
There were definitely worse choices.
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway.
Who did they pick for Gilrine? I
had to leave. That's why I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes, at the end there.
I was in the middle of fighting with an Apple store. Okay. So we hide the dwarves. We go back into the frame. Do we do anything more to set up the relationship? Is this the point where we reveal to Bilbo that Estelle's not a this is the part where we reveal that Estelle's not an elf to Bilbo. Maybe. Okay. So maybe we leave Elrond and Estelle. Maybe can we have Estelle meet up with Bilbo again? Like
yes. Are the dwarves headed out the door maybe?
Well, it's only been a day. They're there longer than that.
How long? Not there very long.
Yeah, but it's more than 24 hours.
Yeah, you're right, because it's already fall when they get going.
Yeah, they're there probably for a few days.
Okay.
Where are you going with beards all the wagon? No knowing, no knowing. Is there any more rating? Blah, blah, blah. The next morning was Midsummer's Morning. It's fresh. Blah, 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 blah. They left the next day. It looks like. Oh, no. Okay. So they arrive in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they have a conversation about the map, and all that happens the following day, and then they leave the following morning.
Right. So they're there for like 2 full days.
Yes. Yes. They're there 2 nights. They spend 2 nights there, it looks like.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we've said Estelle saw them come in one night, met Bilbo the next day.
Right.
The next day after that, Bilbo's on his way out.
Right.
They're packing the ponies up to leave.
So maybe Estelle, what if Estelle brings something to him?
Oh.
Like just something like some bread or something, like something, not anything crazy.
Yeah, something that Bilbo would have mentioned that he misses. So something like bread would work, because you don't make bread when you're camping.
Yes.
Right? Like, so he's been eating camp food for a month.
What about bacon?
Bilbo's in so much of The Hobbit, missing certain things. One of the things that he misses from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my own fireside, and eggs. I think it's eggs and bacon at one point.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is eggs and bacon. Obviously they're not going to give him eggs to bring. That's not going to last very long. But bacon lasts a really long time when it's cooked.
Eggs last a decently long time.
Yeah, I guess boiled eggs. Pipeweed, handkerchiefs. No, Gandalf had handkerchiefs for him.
But no, he ended up borrowing Elrond's eventually.
Did he?
At some point, he borrows Elrond's handkerchiefs, because I can't remember. I think it might be on the return journey, though, because he might have lost all the other ones.
Yeah.
You're right, because you're right. Gandalf did bring him the originals.
Yeah. Okay. It said pipeweed, handkerchiefs, a hat that fits him. So
I think if he mentioned to Bilbo something that if Bilbo mentioned to Estelle something he misses, Estelle would go and find it for him and be like, "Here, take this."
Yeah, I feel like eggs and bacon might be. I feel like eggs and bacon are the way to go.
Okay,
like
if you have a basket that's like a wire basket, like a stiff basket, and you put the eggs in there, they're not going to break because they're protected.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. And so maybe Gilrine comes with him, and he gives. Karita says maybe Estelle and Bilbo have the same head size. Here, borrow my hat, and here's some bacon.
The thing is, the hood that doesn't fit.
Yeah, the hood is
one
iconic.
Of his. But that's one of his things that he ends up taking home and keeping with him from his journey, wearing it when he leaves Bag End later. Like, that hood is very special to him eventually. Yeah. But yes, this explains why Bilbo loves Aragorn so much. The guy gave me bacon once.
Yeah. So, and Gilrine comes with him. Gilrine's there with him.
Right. So.
And Bilbo's like, "Oh, who is this?" And he's, "Oh, this is my mother, Gilrine." And Bilbo's, "So you're not an elf."
Right. Yeah.
And of course, this, we get a shot of Gilrine's reaction, like,
"No, he's not an elf."
But
Karita says, "He gave me bacon when he was just a kid, and I knew he was king material from that moment."
That was a kingly gift.
Yes, there you go.
Probably valued that gift more than he valued the mithril coat. Okay. So, do you think we can end the episode there? Or do we want more in the frame here? Can we go from that moment? I don't want to have another conflict with Elrond scene. Not right now. Karita says, "Note to self, Marie would rather have shiny coat than bacon, even elvish bacon."
Well, yes. Certain parts of me are slightly more elvish than Hobbit. I love the Feanorians. They're my favorite.
Fanatical craftspeople. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. So, do we want to have more in this ending of the frame? Because I feel like we need a little bit more meat. Karita asks, at what point does Yavanna come back into the story? I think that we deal with her in episode 12.
Yes, the next episode is going to start with her meeting a beast in the woods of Middle-earth, and then talking to Rome, and then going back and talking to Ale.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Because you notice that I left out the whole Sauron.
Yeah.
Myron gets the tour of Angband routine. Yeah. I feel like that is something we could have tacked on to the last episode. There's a really nice little slot for it. If we wanted to do it here, we could do it in here.
If we wanted to do it here, it could go between when Ale has the conversation in Lorien and when he actually goes to his workshop.
Right. Right.
I guess I just feel like this story is so much about the dwarves that's like, oh, why is this even happening?
Yeah.
Whereas the last episode had a lot about Myron in it, so if Myron does something, it fits.
Okay. Do we want to? Okay. Well, how about we have? Let's finish up here, and then we can really quick go back and kind of block that out real fast.
Okay.
To make sure that we know what we want said there and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we want any more in the frame itself?
I think we're good.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think we're good.
Okay. We have about, let's say, 5 minutes in the frame in the beginning. Maybe a couple more, 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
The conversation in Lorien that's not that long for this to hit the beats that we need to hit would be like less like let's say you even have an establishing shot. What Ale is thinking of is going to get repeated several times, which will make Ale more uncomfortable every time that it's said out loud.
Right.
So, and what do you think? That scene could probably be wrapped up certainly inside of 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Okay. The crafting of Durin, maybe 5 minutes. The carving of the crafting of the other dwarves and the explanation to Durin is maybe 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're up to about a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Iluvatar's intervention in the redemption of Aule, 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can't have Iluvatar on screen very long.
Right. 2 minutes to walk out of that into the frame.
The hiding the doors scene.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So we're at 37 minutes, leaving us with 13 to fill with the frame. So we have, the outro going back into the frame, that I'm kind of including that, like, that doesn't have to be a lot there.
Right.
The scene, the goodbye scene, as Bilbo's getting ready to leave in the morning, that can be, that could be 5 minutes or more. But we just need a little bit more somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like if we can get one more scene somewhere, we're there.
I suppose there's no reason not to do the Myron thing here.
I'm not saying to do it.
Yeah,
Don't misunderstand. I'm not saying to do it.
Yeah, we can't have it empty. I just feel like it doesn't fit very well, so I don't know.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just trying to think of what else, because that really, like, we kind of needed that here for a little bit of padding.
Yeah.
But if we can find something else, then we're good. We're gold. You know.
Karita suggests a 5-minute Elvish musical number. It's the Tralalalali scene. If ever you're gonna have Tralalalali elves, it's gonna be right here.
Can we get the rights to that song from the original Rankin Bass cartoon?
No. The lyrics are in The Hobbit.
I know, but the tune is not.
Well, do it to a different tune then. My goodness.
But it sounds great to that. And despite what Professor Olsen says, I actually really like the theme song from the old Hobbit cartoon. I know he hates it.
The Greatest Adventure.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. It's very 70s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was made in the 70s, but it's very 70s.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely.